Hello everybody. Today I want to take a look at a game that was played in the Russian Team Championship Premier League. It was a game between Ivan Popov, who's a GM, his rating is about 26-30 FIDE, and he played against a kid born in 1999 by the name of Alexander Timerkhanov, and this was an 18-move miniature. What Ivan Popov did was nothing short of sensational, and I'm so excited to share this game with you guys. Right, so in the game, Ivan played with the white pieces, the GM, and his opponent played with the black pieces. So Ivan starts off with e4. Simple developing move. Black plays c5, known as the Sicilian defense. White plays knight c3, opting for the close Sicilian, usually going f4, maybe knight f3. Sometimes they play g3 and bishop g2, bishop c4. These are all typical moves. And after d6, this is what black expects. But Ivan surprises black, plays the move d4, which is a sideline. Takes, and now knight c6, hitting the queen that's in the center of the board. The queen comes back, but it seems like a mistake. It blocks the bishop on c1. And black tries to take advantage of that. They play g6 with the whole intention of playing bishop h6. b3, bishop h6 comes, hitting the queen. Now in white's interest is not to trade, so they just decide to block with f4. And the point is that this bishop is not doing so good. It'd make more sense for the bishop to move back, while white is able to take more space in the center with the pawn on f4. Black plays e5, a critical mistake. Probably the first mistake of the game, because now the d6 pawn is not defended well. So even though f4 is weak, white can now go after this weak backward pawn of d6. So knight b5, with the threat of either queen or knight takes pawn. If the bishop comes back to defend it, I can just simply bring in a new piece to attack this pawn on d6. Bishop takes, queen takes d6, takes, king f8. Now bishop a3. The whole point of bishop a3 is to deliver a discovered attack hitting this king on f8. The best move for black would have just to simply develop their knight while dealing with this potential discovered attack. However, they play the move king g7. At first glance, it seems like a good move. They're getting their king into safety. But they totally underestimated white's attack with their minor pieces. It starts with knight e8. So the knight is attacking the king, the bishop is hitting the square, and so the only square for the king is king h6. So white continues, bishop f8. And now the king is forced to run up into territory that it doesn't want to go to. If they play king g5, then h4 or knight f3, not to mention the fact that this rook is always hanging. And so at any point, white could just simply take the rook and be up material. King h5 was played, allowing the knight to come to g7, king g5, and now white is able to continue developing with tempo. Now here, black decided to bring their king back. Had they brought their king to f6, this would have been a fatal flaw, because now knight e6 check, let's say king e6. Now white can go for obviously either rook here, but the best move is rook d1. It's a beautiful move. You're bringing the rook onto an open file, threatening this mate in one and this mate in one. It's impossible for black to defend. Now they could just defend for the short term with a move like knight d4, but all their pieces are falling off the board. So they played king h6. White now sees that they have a bishop and knight on the same diagonal as this king, so they could just simply move the knight, dealing a discovered attack to this king on h6. So king h5, but now knight g3 check. And the point of this move is that if bishop takes knight, I can simply take with the pawn, the king moves, and now I can play king f2, a very nice quiet move, threatening rook h4 checkmate. If you defend with g5, I can simply play bishop e2, threatening a discovered attack as mate, and there's no way to stop it. Let's say you just develop your knight. This is mate. This is mate. I mean, any knight move other than knight g5 would be checkmate. This is mate. I mean, you name it. In the game, black plays king g4, threatening this knight on g3, but white can just simply play king f2 here, and black resigned. The reason why black resigned is, well, there's a mate in one threat, and the rook is always hanging, and on top of that, the king is very weak. And the only way to run out of mate would be to lose the bishop. For instance, bishop d2 allows for black to escape here, but this is only a short-term fix. As we talked about, all the pieces for black is hanging. And so here, as I said, black resigned. I mean, just a sensational game from white, and it was played today. Just incredible to watch. So I hope you guys enjoyed that game of the day that was played literally just 10 hours ago in Russia, and it was beautiful. Let me know in the comment section what you guys think and what you'd want to see from me next time. Okay. Take care, guys. Have a good day.